The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
Hello and welcome to the Wrestling to the Max 205 live review. I'm Brandon Biskobing, your host tonight. Harry is not with us for tonight. He's with his girlfriend, so me and Liz are going in solo. Well, semi-solo. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Let's get this show on the road. We get a little recap for the whole Lucha House Party versus Itami and Tozawa Japan versus Mexico feud going on throughout the last month and a half, however long it's been, between these two teams. We get the first full confirmation that the reason why Nigel McGuinness hasn't been around lately is because he's a new father.
Mm-hmm.
And
congratulations.
Yes. And then they say there may be some repercussions for Buddy Murphy after his sneak attack on the champ last week. We get a Mustafa Ali versus Ariya Daiviri match, which Ali wins with the 054. Mm-hmm. Honestly, this match went a lot longer than I expected. And I don't really care too much for either of these guys, so I wasn't really paying attention all that much for this match. Did you see any of this?
I did. I was glad to see Ari back. I don't really think we've seen much of him lately.
No, we haven't.
Have we?
No,
I don't know. No. We haven't. I was gonna say, wait, I don't think I'm that, crazy.
No, I was just agreeing that we have not.
And so it was nice to see him back without all that gold and stuff he was wearing for a while. It was a good match. It was a lot longer than I expected it to be, but good match between the two of them. Right person, I guess you could say, got the win. My favorite part of the match was that it wasn't the Luchadors versus the Asian team opening the show.
Well, I figured that would be the main event.
Yeah, no, I did too, but they heard my complaint last week that it's always opening the show. No, it was a good match. It was a good match. It set the tone for the night, I think.
After that, we get a replay of last week's angle with Mustafa and Cedric and Buddy Murphy. Cedric had a tweet apparently saying that he's going to send Buddy Murphy to the Alexander Chiropractic Institute. Okay. Drake Maverick says he doesn't approve of Murphy's actions, but his run leading up to last week was deserving of a title shot. So he made the match between Cedric and Buddy for the Greatest Royal Rumble. But we get one of the running gags with Buddy Murphy finally returning of him having to make weight. And hey, lo and behold, he did not make weight. He's at 207. So he cannot compete for the title next week. Or in 2 weeks at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And we're going to have a gauntlet match next week with the winner challenging for the title at the Greatest Royal Rumble. What do you think of this?
I thought it was a great way to prolong things.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh, Buddy's going to, face him already type of thing. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I'm not sure, to be honest, I'm not sure where I stand on it right now. I've been enjoying what they've been doing, but I think it was a really clever way to drag it out, to prolong it, to build up do some more building up to the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think a kind of funny way, if you really wanted to go all out with this, and kind of a funny way of doing it, but also a cool way of doing it would be, it's like, this is your first strike. You know, he misses weight again a second time, like next week or like the week
Mm-hmm.
after next. And it's like, this is 2 strikes. If you get a third, you're out of 205 and you have to go back to
Right.
NXT or whatnot. And like, you know, he's on the scale, it's like at 205.1 or something. And he like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he's clenching his gut in or something. And it finally like
Mm-hmm.
drops to 204.9 or something like that. Or
Right.
205. And, you know, he gets his match.
Yeah, or like he takes off his boots, you know, something
Exactly,
stupid.
something
You know,
like
like
that.
something like really like a wedding ring, you know, I don't think he's married yet, but you know, whatever, a piece of
Yeah,
jewelry, you know, something silly, you know, like,
yeah,
oh wait, you know.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Next after that we get oh, and we were talking about this off the air. We did not know who these guys were, and on the review I'm reading, it even says these guys. So
Does it
no
really?
one knows. No one knows who these jobbers were that Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher were facing.
Y- Yeah,
Um,
I was checking out the one from 411 Mania, our friends there, and
mhm.
it says that's why I asked you. I mentioned it to you when I was trying to type up the blurb. It says Johnny and Jimmy boots and tights, and I'm like, is that
They
really
probably
what?
just came up with something funny
Yeah,
to
no, they
say.
must have. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, because he's pretty hysterical over there. But I'm like, you know, I know I missed their names, but was that
No,
it?
they didn't. They didn't even say names
Oh,
or
they
anything like
didn't.
that.
Okay, so
No,
then I'm not totally nuts. Okay,
no, they were just out there already, and you
they
know,
were just
then
jobbers
yeah,
galore. Okay,
exactly. It was just Jobber 1 and Jobber 2.
yeah.
Um, we get, you know, obviously Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher get the win, with the captain's hook.
Mhm.
Which I'm still trying to remember. I know it had a different name in the Cruiserweight Classic that I liked better, but uh, so it's nice seeing Brian Kendrick back after his injury,
Definitely.
and you know these two could definitely be. I mean, we've talked about it before with the whole Lucha House Party versus the Japanese squad and them
Hmm.
trying to push the concept of a tag team title. And Gallagher and Kendrick could definitely be a threat in that division.
Yeah, I think they're definitely trying to set them up as the bad guys, a
Mm-hmm.
bad guy team, which I can totally get behind. I think they both play that off very well.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do get a tag, a 205 cruiserweight tag division, I would really hope that they would be somewhere in the running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kind of surprised at how long this match went as well.
Yeah, because considering it was jobbers,
Yeah.
I think that's all. I think that's also what threw me. Like, okay, these people have names, so we can see them again, because it was a lot longer than you'd
Than
expect
you'd
for
expect.
you know
Yeah.
a jobber match. Yeah.
Yeah. After that, we get an interview with Mustafa Ali, and he puts down Buddy Murphy's attack and says, you know, he knows that Cedric can't wait to get his hands on him, but you know, him missing weight is an opportunity for him, and he can win the gauntlet match and get another chance to win the title. Drew Gulak gets a promo. Um, Says that, you know, the aerial and high flying stuff is no match for his ground based offense, and he's, you know, ready to deal with Tony Nese now. Uh, and you know, says, you know, Nese thinks that he has a right to go ahead of everyone because of his abs. And but Gulak has bigger plans. Um, any thought on this?
It's Drew. Drew's always
It's true.
amazing.
He really is.
It's true. Yeah, he's great. No, it was a great great little promo segment there.
Mm-hmm.
Claims he's gonna win the gauntlet match next week. I could only hope. And no, it was good. It was good. It was solid, Drew.
Yep. And then we get Drake Maverick joining the announced team again.
Hmm.
Says he's not going to reveal the Gauntlet match competitors for next week. but says he may let them out on social media during the week, which I'm pretty sure he will. He seems to be very good at doing social media based stuff, which I mean I think it does kind of help the show a little bit.
Yeah, I actually like him on commentary. I know a few people in different boards have been like, "Oh, blah blah blah," but I find him extremely entertaining. If you want a commentary, so I think he really livens it up a little bit because they do tend to be a little. And nothing against the commentators because they're, really good. They tend to be a little dry, at times, which sometimes makes it a little hard to get through watching. But I think he's really, really good on commentary.
Yeah, I like Maverick on commentary. I hope he does more of it where he's continuing to come down and kind of both putting his spin on things as the GM, but also, doing some good commentary at the same time. Then we get, the main event, Lucha House Party versus Itami and Tozawa, with Lucha House Party going over, with double pins, following, a tandem springboard elbow drop in 450. It was a pretty long match, a solid match. I'm disappointed in who went over, but, hopefully this isn't the end.
Yeah, I kind of thought Itami and Tozawa were gonna, go over, but it was it was definitely at least a 3-star match for me. It was definitely probably one of the bigger and better matches we've seen out of the 3 shows. I mean, the other 2 shows were so preoccupied with the shakeup, really, anyway. So you really can't knock them, too much for that. All the wrestling was really just filler to everything else. But, once again, they've had some really great spots. I love the trying to get the mask off stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, that's just classic, luchador against non-luchador type strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that it's always Itami doing it. I think is they keep that consistent.
Well, I think that kind of shows because Tozawa was over in Japan as well, but Itami is known more for his time in Japan, and that's something that they do a lot over there.
Right.
So it's kind of him showing this is what we do.
Right. Yeah.
We go after masks.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess, because growing up, I used to see a lot of that and the different wrestling I used to watch. So I always got a kick out of it. I always like that.
It would be interesting. I mean, it would be harder for them to do it in WWE because you don't have young lions to just jump over the dude. But it would kind of be interesting to actually see them succeed a couple of times.
Yeah, I love the fact that even on social media, I mean, well, it's just the way the luchadors are, but even the other wrestlers, they're so they make sure to, especially because Kalisto's in a lot of social media stuff with people, make sure to always cover it, cover his face. So it's pretty cool that they all really consistently follow that through. But back to the match. No, I mean we've seen these guys wrestle every week for several weeks now, and they never disappoint. You have to give them that.
Yeah, I mean, this was a solid match. Not the greatest match that they could have put on, but a solid, like you said, 3-star match. And then Kalisto comes in afterwards and celebrates with them. And that's pretty much the show. Rating on this?
I mean, it was a pretty, average, above average show. So I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit lower than you. I'll say 6.5.
Yeah, it's in the same ballpark.
1-word review.
I'm gonna stick with average because while they're moving things along and while they're continuing things, it's still obviously they don't have that, which they don't have as many people as the other shows, which makes you wonder about the whole tag team match thing.
Yeah,
It is tag team division rather. it is a little bit more of the same that we've been seeing. So I'm gonna go average.
I'm gonna say pretty much the same word, only completely different. I'm gonna say blasé.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was just there. Nothing really crazy. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for 205. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No.
Yeah, this was a really quick 205 live show tonight.
Well, yeah, because like we just said, it just gave us the same thing that we've been getting. I mean, we can speculate on the gauntlet match, but even that, I mean, unless they're going to bring in more people from somewhere else, we
And
obviously
plus,
know who's going to be
how
in
many people are you really going to have in the gauntlet match? So
yeah, exactly.
pretty much going to be probably Ali, Nice, Gulak, maybe TJP, maybe Kendrick and Gallagher. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, if that many,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's probably going to be a minimum of 5, I guess.
Yep. Well, we'll see next week. That just about wraps it up for Liz Pugliese. I'm Brandon Biskobing. We'll see you guys next week. Harry will be back. We'll probably do better next week. See you guys.